Hey y'all, what's up? Zack, I'm here in another YouTube video today. Today's video is going to be an update video on the shooting at the Mercy Hospital in Chicago. Turns out it was a domestic incident. It was the guy's ex-fiance. He shot her first. Then it appears he just targeted random people. 4 people are now confirmed dead, including a cop and him and the fiance and another person, so it wasn't, just an act of random violence. He had some meaning behind it, but, people are still making racism about it. And, he was Hispanic, so now people are going to say, well, he was illegal, he was this, he was that. And, either way, the first thing we shouldn't focus on is race. The first thing we should focus on is how to fix all of these, active shooter situations. And some people might say, well, only 4 people died. That's 4 people, Like I say, 4 people, well, that's people's families, that 4 people turns into hundreds of people, easily hundreds of people. They got brothers, sisters, their husbands, wives, fathers, wives, they got their parents, grandparents, they got all kind of people, aunts, uncles, kids, so them 4 people definitely have other people that they live with and that they talk to daily. And even if they were just 4 people injured, that still wouldn't make a difference, And especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas being around, that makes it even harder that they won't be there. So, this could have been handled a lot better. And, politics are talking about gun control. Because also in the same day, I did a video about this yesterday, there was a shooting in Denver that left 1 person dead and 4 people injured. So, 2 active shooters in one day, 8 people dead, 1 person injured, that's ridiculous, It was really just ridiculous. And like I said, people are going to call racism because he was Hispanic, or if he was white, black, whatever, they would call racism. And then, whatever news you listen to is going to have their own view and twist on it. And then, the politics are going to talk about gun control, but not do nothing about it. So, like I always say, it starts with us. If we are going to make a difference and stop all of this violence and active shooter situations and mass shootings and bombings and gangs and hate and racism and racial tensions, it starts with us, not the government, politicians, media, news, president. It don't start with any of that. It starts with us. And whether they decide to make a difference or not, that's up to them, But when we decide to make a difference, that's going to make a big difference. Because like I said, at least 70%, 80% of our problems is caused by hate and violence and racism, The other 20% would be solved mainly if we just learn to work together and unite and stop all this hate and violence. But until people do that, we will always have racism, hate, and violence, and this stuff will continue to happen until people realize that and learn to work together. But, there's always a few people that don't want to work together and want problems and want hate. But they'll be kicked out and it'll be forced to change or be on their own. With that being said, definitely prayers out to everybody and the Chicago shooting that happened yesterday, and prayers out to everybody and the Denver shooting that happened yesterday. Prayers out to all the family members affected. Shout out to all the police and fire and EMS for showing up and responding, taking the shooter out, transporting victims. In Denver, the police were there all day, all night, and into the next morning. Detectives were there looking for clues. hopefully I can find that person and bring him to justice. So definitely prayers out to all of them. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below about what I talked about. And thank y'all for watching.